So Cjax finally released out on the test servers, and I've been playing it all day, so I wanted to give my 2 cents on how I think it is, some of the things I like versus I don't like, the new mode, and then just talk about it. First off, I would like to say that the new mode is shit. I'm going to be honest. People were coming into my stream telling me that the esports is going to go in this direction, and I think that's going to ruin the esports completely. I don't think it's very fun. It's an okay mode, but it's a very goofy mode. And the reason I think that is that the time to kill is way too high for this mode. I feel like it kind of rewards bad behavior as well, because if you just sit around a corner, or if you just hold a fucking angle for like 20 minutes, you will get kills compared to somebody that's having to rush the objective or move around their objective to completely clear it. If you just want to hold angles and sit there, you win. And the time to kill just isn't fair to me, because I feel like if I hit somebody in the head, they should be dead. In this mode, it tends to feel like if I hit them in the head like twice, 3 times, sometimes it didn't even feel like it kills them. I don't know if the hit reg is just goofy in this fucking mode, but it just does not feel good. I really hope the esports doesn't go in this direction, because it's just not, it may be entertaining to watch. I'm not sure how entertaining it is to watch, but it wasn't fun for me to play much. Again, it's just more of how people play it and the play styles that people are utilizing, like all the trap ops, capkins, and shit like that. And it's supposed to be a more fast-paced kind of mode. You are on a limited time basis. You have 30 minutes. That's the entire match. So if you don't really get a pep in your step, you're kind of burning time. And I feel like the way people are playing it right now just isn't very entertaining for me. Again, don't hate me for that, and I know they're really pushing this new mode, but I don't think Siege needed this. They could have put all this energy into reworking some maps, maybe bringing back some old maps that we miss. I just think this was kind of random and not something anybody asked for. Now, moving on, I will say that the gunplay is amazing. And I know that they don't say that there's any difference. There probably isn't. It may just be a placebo. But it feels very tight. When you jiggle peek, when you aim down sight, nothing feels like it's got a few screws loose. It all feels very tightened up. It just feels right. It feels really good. All the movement feels so much better. Momentum kind of carries a lot better, but it also doesn't add the sluggishness to it that it used to have. Everything just feels very nice. I just love the handling now. I find myself being able to hit a lot more shots and stuff like that, because it doesn't feel like my gun is swaying as much. Now, I don't know if that's any change whatsoever that's actually been like confirmed, like in the update patch notes for Cjax. I don't think they touched that at all. But just on a basis, I just feel like the game feels a lot more sturdy. The only thing that doesn't feel as sturdy is I'm experiencing some FPS drops where the game kind of just freezes. But again, this is the TTS, so I don't think this is going to be Cjax as a whole. I think they'll have this fixed by the time it fully releases. But this is an error I'm kind of running into, and I did run into it in the beta as well. And it could be caused by my next point, the graphics overhaul. I did not think it would be this big of a deal, but wow. Some of these maps look so new. It looks beautiful. The new lighting and the textures and everything looks so nice, and I didn't realize how outdated Siege was until we got this update. I love the grain in the wood. I love all the marble flooring. I love all the small details, flexions. The contrast of everything is just so nice. Me and my buddy TK were playing Chalet, and there was this really bright room. He was like, why is this shit so bright? And I didn't realize it actually had a bunch of skylights in the room, so that's why it was so bright. Then you would go over into the bathroom, for example, or maybe the piano room, and it would be dark because the flooring was dark. It would soak up a lot more light than if it was white and reflective. It's such a nice attention to detail update with the graphics and everything in between. It just makes the game look and feel so new compared to what it was. I don't think Siege has got a graphical update since, what, 2015? I don't remember ever seeing anything overhauled with the graphics other than just new stuff coming out. And this was such a breath of fresh air. It looks so nice. Me and my buddy are actually talking that, TTS is kind of full of people sweating right now, and we don't really know if we're going to play the TTS the entire time or try and go back, because I don't know if I'd rather deal with people sweating or the shitty graphics of the old game. The new HUD layout and all that is really nice. Some of the noises don't feel quite finished yet, I'm not going to lie. Like when you're clicking on an operator in the operating screen, it's a very crunchy, funny sound. Me and my buddy TK were talking about this, where it just sounds kind of off. It's definitely a work in progress, because again, it's TTS, so take everything with a grain of salt, but I really do like it. The layout feels a lot more smooth. You can actually hit next match, and it'll bring you and your squad into the next match without fucking up. And if you go to pull your party, it actually pulls you instead of pulling the squad leader and then leaving all the rest of the squad mates to sit there and go, okay, well, don't start the queue yet. It actually works for one. Now all they need to do is revert the rank back to how it used to be, and I'll love Siege. I would like to talk about the elephant in the room, Clash. I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of annoying, but mildly. First off, there's a lot of strats you can use with her. Imagine having an Osa, just a really strong Osa. Because for example, let's say you're on Chalet and you're down in the garage. If you want to just put your shield in the middle of the room, or maybe over by the bookcase, by the boat, you can just hold that shit whenever they go to plant, swing it, and kill them. I tried to do that, and I obviously got destroyed. I did not get that off, but I was just playing like shit, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I could not get a kill during this entire playtest. Everybody somebody was way better than me that was playing it. Another example is actually what an enemy did. We were trying to go in the bottom of a bank and get a plant off, or again, just trying to get in the site, and he put it right on the fucking bomb chassis, stood in it, waited till one of us turned our back to maybe hit a camera or shoot at somebody else. He shot over to his side and it absolutely destroyed us. Most, if not all of us. I did get a lucky headshot on him, but he was really hard to kill. Because Clash, when she doesn't have her shield, is a 3-speed. So she can dart in and out and from behind that shield really, really fast. And I wasn't suspecting that at first. I had been told that 1,000 times, but honestly, I was just not suspecting her to move that fast. But I guess I didn't realize that she does have just an SMG. And again, when you rip that shield off of her health. Another feature I didn't realize about the shield is, even though it can be deployed, she can still turn on the electricity. If you want to set it up by a door, again, like in the bottom of bank, you just turn on your electricity and sit there. You're safe, you're covered, you're fine. There's a lot of strats that I feel like will come with this, but it also, again, has its weak points. A simple Ash Charge can break it. I'm pretty sure Zofia can break it. Anything that you can throw at, anything that will break open a breach, it'll break the shield. So it's not that special, but it is pretty useful. One thing I do foresee is if you play Clash and casual, I feel like a lot of people are, if you set your shield down preemptively, are going to jump through your shield. Because if you're standing on the back of the shield, regardless if you're Clash herself or if you are a teammate, you can just break through the shield and hop over. Something I wish they would add is where only Clash can do that, where she can hit her shield in a certain way, like she would only know the one pressure point of her shield, being able to break it, instead of having all your teammates do it. Because again, if you play with randoms, I know me, people fucking, when I play Scopos, break my shield lenses and all that, so I know people are going to jump through your shield if you place it preemptively and try and get a strat rolling. I know you should probably keep it on your person and use it like more progressively, but still, I don't know. I feel like that's a really annoying thing to have to watch out for all the time. But it does feel a lot more fair, because when it comes to something like Blackbeard, where it doesn't feel as easy to combat, you know, it doesn't feel as fair on both ends, versus Clash feels very fair because all you got to do is, okay, I don't want to deal with her shield anymore. Fuck it. Shoot an Ash Charge and she's done. She doesn't have something I've heard but I haven't seen is if you have Sledge on your team and he swings and hits a sledgehammer against it, it'll send her flying like a shield hit her. I'm not sure if other stuff can cause this to happen too, but if it can, I think that would be a really good addition as well. I think like an Ash Charge or something like that should be able to knock her back. Now, I don't think drop her shield or anything stupid, but I do think it should be able to knock her back depending, but I guess that would get pretty annoying, honestly, if you're just constantly knocked back into sight. But again, you can shoot a Nomad and do the exact same thing. I think it would be honestly pretty fair. Now, when Siege X releases, something that I did really, really like about the fact that it's going free to play is, according to everyone I've been hearing, the ranked will still be paid for. Your standard and your quick match will be the ones that go free. I was kind of worried that ranked would become the cesspool of absolute just cheating and bullshit, but it's actually going to be a pretty safe environment. Again, quick match may be ruined, standard may have a lot of cheaters, whatever, if it does go free to play for that, but I feel like it's still going to be a half decent experience, because again, I like games where you have more people instead of, okay, we're making a lot more money. I think all games should have some sort of free-to-play option, just so we can have more players play those games. It keeps games alive and fresh. And Siege going free-to-play doesn't upset me, even though I've bought the game like 6 fucking times in my lifetime. If it could have gone about 5 years earlier, I could have saved myself a little bit of pennies. But again, the game's so cheap right now, it's only $10 to $15 if you want to buy it from anywhere. So I feel like it's not that big a deal, and it's constantly going on sale all the time. All this means is, yes, there may be more cheaters, but there's also going to be a lot more of new players that are newbies and can't play the game worth anything. So I feel like this is a good addition. It's going to save the player base of Siege, even if someone doesn't really necessarily like the style that Siege is. Instead of dropping that $10, $15, $20, $30, however much it costs to buy the game, they can just try the game out on the free-to-play, and then if they want to get into the ranked side of things, okay, well, let me make this $10, $15 purchase, just like CSGO with their premium thing. Like I said before, this update feels amazing. Between the graphics, the tidied up things, like just everything looking a little bit better, the barricades having more light coming through them, all the graphics are beautiful. It is such a big change. Once you actually play it for yourself, you'll be able to understand, because a video will not do it justice whatsoever. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I'm telling you, the guns feel tighter, the leaning and jiggle peeking and everything in between feels so much tighter and better. I don't know if placebo or what, or if I just have different settings on the test server versus my normal game, but it feels so amazing. Even though I was playing like shit, I feel like I just felt really overstimulated with how good it felt. But it did take me like 3 years to turn off motion blur, which I turned off the other day, so fuck me. I really do think this is a step in the right direction for Siege. I just don't know how they're really going to execute it and how good it will be for the long term. I really hope it's good and it doesn't screw anything up. I hope they make enough money where they can keep this shit rolling, where it keeps on getting updates and they quit making these stupid updates. I hope we get more maps than we have now. And I know they're supposed to be rolling out maps with each update, but I really would like to see some actual decent maps because I feel like every map that's been added recently is shit. Even the new map with the new mode I think is horrible. I don't like the way it's set up. It feels like going from building to building is just way too tedious. And it is kind of playing into the game mode that it is, but it just doesn't feel very good to me. I think it better. Even people in my stream were saying this map looks like shit. They haven't even played it yet. It's very weirdly laid out, and there's some parts that are really good. Personally, my favorite part is this little balcony piece in the top of the building. It makes like this T shape where there's 2 windows across from you. I think this is a really fun thing to play. Even though I've died to people up on top of here, it's a really, really fun place to be in the map. But that's the only remarkable place I can say that I had a lot of fun and time in. The different buildings between teams are the exact same layout with the exact same form. But again, it's not a bad thing. It's just lazy. And I know that's kind of rough to say. I don't want to say that they're lazy and this is a shitty map, but it just doesn't feel that great. I don't think Siege needs to be kind of this long range, kind of big map platform, and it just makes the game feel so off to me. I hate to hate on the new mode, and I really hope they do tighten it up by the end of the test server when this update actually releases, but I don't foresee it happening. I think it's going to stay the exact same, and it's going to have some little differences because they're really working specifically on this mode and seeing how people like it. If they would just drop the time to kill back down to normal, I think I'd have a lot more fun on it because I swear on everything that the time to kill is a little bit higher. Maybe it's just because it's more at range, but the time to kill feels crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is kind of random and sporadic. I know I don't really have as much structure as I usually do, but I'm literally just recording and yapping what I'm saying and my opinions on the game. I had no structure. I didn't make no PowerPoints. I didn't make no nothing. I didn't write anything down. You're getting my first impressions of what I really thought about the game, and I hope you guys can scream at me in the comments and tell me I'm absolutely a moron, or you can get something out of this where and go, okay, well, I'll look out for that when I do get to play. Or again, if you're playing and you do agree, you're like, oh yeah, okay, let's fucking riot. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.